Hey guys, this is Catherine from Oracle Intuitions. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is going to be your weekly reading for May 24th to the 31st, and we're going to be taking a look into the energies of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone, but I do suggest watching your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus readings as well to get a clearer picture of the week ahead. For those of you that would wish an in-depth reading, you can contact me through oracleintuitions.com or my Facebook and my Instagram pages at Oracle Intuitions, and all the links are below in the description box. Also, on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time, we do live readings here on my channel. So these are mini readings. And this is with my co-host Brandon Hauser, and you know, we just provide as many readings as we can within the time period that we allot for that week. Also, on Sundays, we bring on live guests. So these are all people in the spiritual field, whether they're psychics or tarot readers, hypnotists. We had a witch. We have an amazing array of guests that come on. So make sure that you watch us at 2 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time on Sundays. Also, guys, remember, please click subscribe, please click like, and leave me a comment to let me know if this reading resonated with you. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get into your reading and have an amazing week ahead. Thank you so much. Hey Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading for May 24th to the 31st. We're taking a look into the energy of the mind, body, and soul, as well as relationships, with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone, but I do recommend you check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs as well. All right, so let's get into it, and let's see what is coming through for Virgo this upcoming week. First thing through is the Tower. So this is a mind. This is for the mind, the Tower. For spirit, body, we have the Devil. And for spirit, we have the Ten of Coins. Okay, here's the thing, Virgo. I feel like for some of you, you may be in this place, okay, where you may have recently gone through some sort of loss, or maybe it's a mindset of loss. What spirit is really telling you here is, I feel like things are not quite as they seem. Even if you did go through some sort of loss, or you're feeling as though it's time to let go of something, it's interesting because with that Tower energy, now this is in the mindset, it feels like as though spirit is coming through to destroy some sort of mindset that you may have been carrying, okay? It feels as though, again, you might be experiencing, or in your mind, you're thinking that there's a loss or some sort of thing that's being destroyed in some way, or perhaps you're, just maybe perhaps, even in some sort of negative mindset. With the Devil, this is talking about external circumstances. So even though it's the body, it's usually external, okay? So there may be something or someone that you felt was not treating you properly, or maybe there's a sense of some sort of deception or malicious behavior. This even could be somebody, that has some sort of addiction, or, is just in a place of really not being maybe the most positive person, okay? Again, what spirit is saying to you here, especially with this Ten of Coins. Now, this Ten of Coins is really talking about it's like a sense of completion, okay? It's like a sense of, being in a place of security, okay? Whether it's financial security, whether this is within relationship security, it talks about security, and it's usually talking about long-term security. What I feel spirit is asking of you is to perhaps really let go of things that are no longer necessary. And again, this very much could have to do with some sort of external circumstances. Here's the interesting thing, Virgo, is I feel like you already know that, okay? With that Tower coming through within the mind, I feel like for some of you, this is going to be that confirmation or that validation of You know, if you've been asking yourself, should I let go of this? And again, it doesn't need to be particularly, you know, within other people. This could be a mindset within yourself, or a sense of, you know, letting go of a job, or maybe looking for a new career, whatever it is, however it resonates with you at this current time. If you're looking for that validation or that confirmation, I feel like this is going to be it, okay? This is that validation that you were looking for, to let go of, to release. It's time to destroy you know, one old set in order to build a new foundation towards something else that is going to bring that sense of completion to you. Again, it might be just looking for a new job, changing careers, releasing friendships, releasing relationships, whatever it is. Okay, it might even be your own habits. Okay, so if there's even a habit that you've been hanging on to, okay, or perhaps some sort of addiction, maybe this is time to start letting that go in order to get to a higher or a stronger financial or even relationship, a different place within that. I didn't quite say that right, but I think you get what I'm, you know, trying to convey here. All right, because Spirit is saying, look, at this is not the place that you are supposed to be. You know, sometimes also too is we get into these negative mindsets and we think, oh, you know, this is this and this is that, and, you know, kind of a poor woe is me type of attitude or behavior. And I feel like Spirit is also asking you to release that, because if you are seeking this completion within a different area of your life, or in some area of your life, you're not going to be able to achieve that if you're in this mindset where you're thinking that things are against you, or that you're never going to achieve this, or that this is never going to happen. This can also relate to obsessive thinking. Okay, so if there's a thought that's been, you know, going on and around your head, or some sort of negative, you know, dialogue that we've been telling ourselves, I feel like Spirit is asking you to release that also in order to achieve this abundance. So let's see what clarification is coming through for these cards at this time. Yeah, speak the truth. Okay, so this is really interesting. We're going to get into that in a second. I want to actually pull all the cards. The Observer. And we have self-love. Yeah, this is exactly it. So again, I feel like for many of you, it's time to really look at the truth in something. Sometimes we really get into this place of self-destruction, okay? This even could be coming from others, okay? So maybe it's somebody else who is in a place of observing you, okay? But they have a negative mindset, and so they're placing their observations onto you, which isn't the truth. Okay, these are observations coming from somebody who has an ulterior motive, perhaps in some other way. All right, sometimes people like to break down others in order to feel better about themselves. And again, or this even could be yourself. So what Spirit is saying, especially with that speak the truth, it's saying to you here, break down those mindsets that you have, or the mindsets that perhaps somebody is trying to relate to you. It's time to speak the truth. It's time to have that self-love, because you're not supposed to be in this place. You're not supposed to be in this place where you're receiving all of this negative communication. You should be in a place where you're talking about, you know, your own abundance, your own place of security, your own place of feeling satisfied within whether a relationship or a career, or just being happy with yourself in general. All right, it's really talking about that self-love. These are beautiful cards simply because of the fact that I feel like Spirit is really saying to you, look at whatever rhetoric, you know, is going on inside of your mind, or whatever, you know, words that somebody is trying to convey to you. Again, perhaps, you know, sometimes we get into relationships, like I just said, where, you know, people are putting their agenda towards you. All right, but here's the thing, is that within ourselves, we know the truth. We know the truth within ourselves, but we need to remain strong. We need to remain in this place where we only allow that truth to come through. So we sometimes have to break down old, old dialogue, or old things within our subconscious, because when we hear that long enough, or when we're continuing to talk in a negative way about ourselves or even perhaps others, we tend to form a subconscious dialogue. And this is what Spirit is asking of you to release at this moment. So we're going to get one more round of clarification cards and see what's coming through. Let's see what else Spirit has to say, because I really feel like these are important messages. I feel like Spirit is saying to you, look at, you know what? You can do better. You can do better than this mindset of where you are right now. And I do feel that for some of you, you may even have to release particular people within your life. Okay, simply because of the fact that, especially with that devil coming through, now only you know, that may not relate to everybody. Okay, only you are going to know who it is that is bringing through some sort of agenda or manipulative behavior in order to try to, you know, maybe knock you down or put you into a place that you're not believing your own truth. But with that self-love coming through, Spirit is saying you are worthy. You are worthy of that self-love. And this is what we want to bring to you. Look at this, Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. So you may have to take a step back, okay? You may have to take a step back in order to break down these mindsets. I feel like for some of you, you may have to take a step back from a particular person, okay? Whether this is family, co-workers, lovers, friends, however they relate to you. Maybe this is just even social media, okay? You know, especially if you're not an extremely social person, right? Might be just social media. Maybe it's changing the TV shows. Maybe it's just something about a change coming through here. Take a rest and take a renewal away from it. Will of the Wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. And Deep Diver. Diving into a task. So it feels like this is the time to really dive into the task of your own personal self-love. All right? Dive into the task of your own personal self-love. Treasures are hidden in the shadows. So if you're listening to all of this rhetoric from somebody else or somebody else's speech, or again, it could even just be within your own subconscious that's bringing you into a negative mindset, remember that there are treasures hidden in the shadows, but you have to destroy old thought patterns in order to receive them. So allow yourself that time, break it down, allow them to reveal, you know, what it truly is. Deep dive into your own soul to find that self-love. You know, even if it's a matter of making a list of all of your positive traits, okay, and you know, go over these, right? Even subcategories, put them into subcategories, because a lot of people tend to forget about that. They might say, well, you know, I'm organized. Okay, well, how exactly are you organized? Really break it down, because that truly brings this sense of self-love. What Spirit, either way, is asking of you is to deep dive into a place where you are receiving that self-love in order for your own sense of security, your own sense of self-worth, your own sense of knowing that you are worthy of this, you know, completion in abundance. All right, these are beautiful cards, and I feel like for some of you, you know, maybe you've already gone through this phase. Maybe this is, you know, just the ending of it. But either way, I feel like Spirit is saying, take a step back this upcoming week. This is what is necessary. It's really necessary for you to take that time and really work on yourself. Even if the words that are coming through aren't in a completely negative place. Because, you know, sometimes people will say, well, you know, I'm not really like that. But just take a look and see if there's some sort of subconscious dialogue that you have running in the background of your mind. All right, because they're asking you to release that as well. And again, this even could have to do with habits, addictions, maybe even people. All right, it's time to move past them, time to let them go. Let's get a look into relationships and see what is coming through. So the first card in is seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, and third-party interference. For some of you, this could have to do with that, again, coming in with that mindset. So you might even be in a position with that. We have that devil card. coming through, you know, for people around you. So for some of you, this could have to do with letting go of people that keep drawing you into some sort of third party energy. All right. Or so maybe you need to let go of a third party energy of some sort. What I'm getting here is that it's really time to start. It's really time to start the seduction for yourself. You know, it's like letting go of, sometimes we get into this place where we allow things to happen from other people because we tend to think, well, I really care about this person, so I'm going to stay in this third party situation. Or I really care about this person, so you know, it's okay if, you know, I think that they're dating others, or I think that they're cheating, or whatever it is. But it really brings about a sense of our own self-destruction in some way, right? Because it allows a mindset in the back of our subconscious that's basically saying, I'm not worthy. And I feel like this is what needs to be released. So this may not relate to everybody, and that's okay, but take it as it does resonate with you, okay? And it doesn't also need to be romantic relationships, although I do feel that in this case it may be. But, you know, when we talk about relationships, it can be with friends, family, co-workers, just people around us, maybe even a relationship with ourselves. We have the coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. So interesting, because I really feel like there needs to be an ending towards something. Here's the thing, we also had that Tower coming through. So this could be an ending within a relationship, all right? Romantic or non-romantic. It could be an ending towards a mindset, again, especially because that Tower was in the mind. Maybe you already knew of this. Maybe you already knew that this was something that you needed to release at this moment. We also have Lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, and transformation. So it's interesting because look at this. We have the Tower, we have the Lightning, all right? We have the coffin with that Tower. I feel like this is time for a change. Again, going back into that place of self-love. All right, it's time to take a step back, allow that rest and renewal, especially if you know that there's going to be an ending, or maybe perhaps for some of you, you experienced a recent ending towards something. What Spirit is saying to you, especially with that Tower, the Tower is the divine stepping in, and we have to remember that. Sometimes it's so hard to release that mindset, or to release that that thought. We tend to place it upon ourselves, especially if we've already gone through something, that was, negative or ending or whatever it is. We tend to place it upon ourselves and say, maybe I wasn't good enough. Maybe, maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have done that, on and on and on. And Spirit is coming in with that Tower saying, no, okay, it's a matter of taking a new perspective because things ended or could be ending, and again, it might be just a mindset for a reason. It's time to move past all of that. It's time to move past whatever it is that you're hanging on to. It's now time to embrace that self-love, okay? Time to embrace that self-love, and time also for you to start speaking the truth to you. Speak the truth to you, okay? Especially if it's in a place of self-sabotage. If your mindset is in a self-sabotaging dialogue, how do you move past that? You're just basically going to be going around in circles and really not allowing new beginnings to come through, especially anything that's relating to this Ten of Coins. It's time to start releasing that. Speak the truth of who you are and how magnificent you are and what it is that you bring to the table, okay? Ten of Coins. This wants to come through. This is what Spirit is asking of you. It truly wants to come through. It wants to bring you that security, whether in a relationship, job, career, whatever aspect it relates to. this is what wants to come through, and they're asking you just to release at this time. So let's get a closing message from the universe to close off this reading. And one last message from Spirit. See what is happening. See what Spirit really wants you to know for this upcoming week. Upcoming energy for Virgo, May 24th to the 31st. Messages for Virgo, May 24th to the 31st. Ego sublimation. Beautiful. And connectivity. Okay, I love these cards. Ego sublimation. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not, but it's releasing the ego. You know, here's the interesting part, is that when we hang on to an energy of some sort of sense of self-sabotage, it really is actually coming from the ego. It's not coming from Spirit. So Spirit is asking you at this time to trust in Spirit. Let go of the ego. Let go of, you know, things that are bringing you down. This connectivity. Connect to Spirit. Allow the true messages of the truth. I love this. The true messages of the truth to start coming in. And how do we do that? By having rest and renewal and taking a step back. Okay? And this is how we start connecting to Spirit, or connecting to our higher selves. And we let go of that ego in order to, again, bring about this 10 of coins. This sense of security, this sense of knowing. It's like the abundance card. This is the card of abundance. To bring through the abundance, we have to let go of the ego. We have to let go of the negative mindsets. Go into a place of rest and relaxation. You may have to release some things or people around you in order to achieve this, but I really feel like Spirit is asking of you at this time to let it go in order to receive. So I truly hope that this has helped, Virgo. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel, click like, leave a comment down below if this resonated with you. And also don't forget to join our live shows on Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time and Sunday at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Have an amazing week. Take care and many blessings.